Is guacamole a fruit salad?
What is the best milkshake for bringing boys to the yard?
Ostriches are dinosaurs.
Don't piss off old people. New game.
What do you mean it gives you Arby's mouth?
Artisanal muck duck balls.
I think they call that autofellatio.
I want to high five a shark.
Welcome to Bar Banter. Relax, have a drink with us as we debate the most controversial topics in the world today.
On today's podcast, we talk about what is the best burrito chain. Has to have burritos. We cancel something again. And what does your Mario Kart character say about you? But first, Andrew Mullis, what are you drinking?
I'm taking it back to one of my classics that I've done on the podcast before. It's a tequila and ginger beer, little Mexican mule, little lime juice in there. Just I hadn't gone to the store, so that's what I had lying around. Richard Mattison, what are you drinking?
You know, I'm a little disappointed in myself that it's taken me this long to have this on the podcast, but I'm having a Denzel tonight. And for the layman out there, that is a screwdriver. Grey Goose vodka tonight, you know, because I'm feeling bougie.
Ooh, look
Nice.
at you,
It's a big
Shane.
deal.
See,
Like the
pinky up.
Costco,
NBD.
Grey Goose, or like the Costco, the Grey Goose.
No, like actual Grey Goose, not like
Okay.
the Woodford. I don't know what Costco is. I have Sam's Club.
what's
because
the
I'm
fake
in the middle
Grey
of
Goose?
nowhere.
Well, no, Costco relabels their Kirkland vodka,
Mm.
but it's just Grey Goose. They just slap the Kirkland label on it.
Ah,
Yeah.
nice. It's good to know. But
Yes.
no, I paid the extra $20 for the actual label.
Nice.
So yeah. Ben, what are you drinking?
I'm actually drinking a little thing I got for Christmas, little whiskey. It's called Penderyn. It's
Ooh.
from Wales. So it's a Welsh whiskey. It's a Madeira cask. One of my all-time favorites, probably top 3 favorite whiskeys.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to put that on my list. I haven't had that
A
one.
little sip. Yeah. It was a Christmas gift that I gave myself. So quite enjoying
Those are the best kind.
it. Travis, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking a Lagunitas IPA. It's highly balanced and super drinkable, according to the label. It's the gold standard of our hop forward approach to brewing, whatever that means. It's really good. It's really good. It pairs really well with the burrito, though.
Can we do that for a segment? Not to ruin your fantastic segue, but can we do that for a
Drew
segment?
didn't even break.
Like
He's just ignoring me. Yes, but go ahead.
the bad lip reading of like a brand label or something. So you know how like there's the people do reviews or bad lip readings or something, or like you pretend you're an actor and you just have to, and you read an advertisement, basically like
Yes.
Travis just read his label. You just read labels. So it's like I come up, it's like, Ben, you do it as Christian Bale as Batman. I don't know. And then you have to read a box label. I don't know.
Nice.
Anyways, moving on to
But
Travis.
specifically Christian Bale's Batman. No,
Right.
We already determined that Christian Bale's Batman.
Moving on. Best burrito chain. I'm gonna jump out there because
I need to ask an important question before answers are given.
ask your question.
Are we talking the restaurant as a whole, or are we talking specifically for their burritos?
It's got to be the chain itself.
Because that changes
Right?
my change. Well, I guess it doesn't change my number one.
I was thinking
answer.
mainly the burrito.
Okay,
Ooh,
good.
yeah, that changes mine.
Carry on,
I
sir.
If you could make an argument like a burrito bowl, I got you. It's in the same vein.
Okay.
Carry on, sir.
Okay. I'm gonna jump out there because I know my answer is not gonna win, so I'm just throwing it out there. I think that most of the typical burrito chains, the Chipotle and Willy's, et cetera, all taste exactly the same. Nothing really special about them. That's one. Two, I think that if you're going to be a burrito chain, you got to have at least actual steak. So I'm going to kind of rule out Taco Bell. And the only one I was really kind of left with that had something a little bit different that I kind of liked was Qdoba. Again, not going to win. And I'm okay with that. Totally
it's
okay
not.
with that. But I'm throwing that out there just so it can get nixed and I can sit back and watch you guys debate. And
Travis, out of
it's not
curiosity,
gonna matter.
where have you had Qdoba?
In Atlanta.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I asked that because I didn't know Qdoba was real until I saw it in Kansas. So I thought it was
it's
a
here.
Midwest thing.
There used to be one
Okay.
in North Point Mall, I think.
There's one in.
I don't know if
well.
it's still there because
There's one at
malls are
Queens
dying,
Mall.
but
Yeah. So yeah, I mean it's good. I it's not great. It's not the best burrito I've ever had.
Sure.
But I'm just thinking of like.
But that's not the question. The question's not the best burrito you've ever had. It's the best burrito chain.
Yeah. And I don't think that any of the other. I don't think most of the burrito chains are anything like they're good food. They're just all meh.
Sure, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like,
So if I had to
did a blind
differentiate
taste
one to make it the best, all right, good.
So
a little
I'm
interesting.
So I'm going to go next. I'm going to give you my top 4. I'm sure there's others out there. To me, Qdoba is the scum of the earth when it comes to burrito chains. I didn't know it was in Atlanta. Again, I didn't have it until I had it. I associate Qdoba with the Midwest, and I'm sorry for our listeners, all 5 of you, but I loathe the Midwest. So anyways, Qdoba's last to me. The reason why I ask, are we talking the restaurant or I guess it doesn't really matter because it would just basically switch my 2 and 3. To me, Chipotle has better burritos than Moe's, but I put Moe's over Chipotle as an establishment because I don't have to pay for the chips. So if I'm talking just the burritos, I think Chipotle has better burritos, but I have to pay for the chips extra. But for me, give me Willie's as the best burrito in the chain.
And again, I like that as a if everything's the same, what makes it different? And the fact that you have to pay for chips at Chipotle, that's going to rank them down. I'm okay with adding that kind of thing.
And I've only been to Willie's like once or twice in my life. So after moving away from Atlanta, it became big. So I've been once or twice. I don't remember if you pay for chips or not.
No.
At Willie's.
You don't.
Okay. Well, that would also factor for me. But yeah, again, if where I'm at with Chipotle, if Chipotle and Moe's are on the same side of the street, I'll probably go to Chipotle. But as you were saying, Travis, they're all the same to me. If I have to cross the street and be mildly inconvenienced to get to Chipotle, I'm going to Moe's and vice versa.
Whatever's on the right-hand side, I'm turning into that one.
Yes.
That's a good point.
Because as you said, to me, it's the exact same. But where I will cross the street is if a Willie's is there, I'll be mildly inconvenienced for the Willie's.
Okay.
I think that's fair. I agree with you, Rick. I've never been to Willie's, so I don't have a dog in that fight. But mine would be a tie almost between Chipotle and Moe's. But again, overall, as an establishment, I like Moe's better because salsa bar.
Yes.
The chips, and you don't pay as much, like you were saying. I mean, like you pay for chips, but you also pay for every single freaking ingredient.
Yeah, right.
At Chipotle. And I don't necessarily, like they say, the freshest ingredients, like house, but I mean, Moe's does that too. Like they're not getting you shit out of a can. I just overall, and also every time you walk in, welcome to Moe's. How do you beat that kind of family?
I don't know about Chipotle, but Moe's was started in Atlanta, so that kind of gives it a little.
I will say also,
I don't know where Chipotle was started.
As an uncle, and for my parent listeners out there, they always do free kids meals on Sundays. So kids eat free on Sundays, which I mean, for my sister who has 4 children, that's a pretty big fucking deal.
Yeah, 4 now.
That's too many kids.
Wow. The youngest one.
That's another segment.
The youngest one is 5, Rick. It's been 5 years.
Yeah, well, okay. And I have seen her. The last time I saw your sister was high school, I think.
So 5 years ago.
Right.
All right. So Drew, I'm sorry. What was your pick?
Yeah.
Overall, I'm gonna go Moe's for like.
Okay.
And I kind of took this more as like, I mean, technically it's a sit down restaurant, but it kind of faces itself more as like fast food Mexican.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But I like when I go to Moe's, I don't always get a burrito. Like sometimes I'll get the nachos or the bowl, or quesadillas are fairly good there too. I like their menu overall better as well. One thing about Chipotle is the cilantro rice gives it just a bit of a notch, just because I like that. But again, overall as an establishment, I like Moe's better.
Nice. All right, so I kind of based mine off of establishment and burrito, and so I kind of had a three-way tie because I was thinking price, quality, availability. So availability, obviously, Taco Bell is pretty much going to take the cake there, but quality, it was at the bottom, especially when it comes to burritos.
It was a close third for me. It was a close third for me.
No, between availability and price, it tied for first. I have 3 ties for first, which shows you that my categorization works really well.
Quality depends on. I would say
Qdoba.
Quality depends on what I think it is.
Consistency of quality is probably the better way to put it, because sometimes there's some excellent Taco Bell.
I mean, there's very consistent bad Taco Bell too. So
that's why I said consistency of quality.
All right, so sure, Taco Bell's third on my list of 3 ties. All right, Chipotle. Chipotle was up there. It was tied. It's my number 2 because the burrito is great, but when I go to Chipotle, I get something different every single time because I like the whole menu. But the best burrito that I think I have ever had from a chain was Qdoba.
Whoa!
Absolutely best burrito. The 3-cheese burrito.
Wow.
I fell in love with it in college, and there's a handful of Qdobas all over Atlanta. There's one like 5 minutes from me, and it's the best burrito I've ever had from a chain. Wait.
2 things. One, you mentioned a Taco Bell tie, and I want a tie with Taco Bell on it. First of all, second of all, you said 3-cheese burrito. Is it just 3 cheeses and some condiments?
No, it's just the name of the burrito. It's stuck in my head.
Is there
it's
a
meat? Full burrito? Yes, there's meat and beef.
Okay.
There's a full burrito with everything in it, but they put 3 different cheeses in it. Yeah. All you can say is So that burrito has been in my head.
Not all you can say.
So Qdoba, absolutely number 1.
Ugh.
Qdoba for me is like going to Jack in the Box and getting a burrito. Like it's just, if that's like absolutely the only restaurant open within 20 miles, maybe I'll go there.
See, Qdoba,
I just don't like any of their stuff.
I don't like most of their menu, but I love their burrito. And that's what this was hard for me because quality of food across the board, whole menu, it was Chipotle. It took the cake. But for the burrito, it's Qdoba.
Wait, are you telling me like the one burrito you had like blew your socks off, or you're telling me on average that specific burrito is the best one?
That specific burrito that I've had 20, 30, 40 times always makes me happy.
Well,
I will say most of the time when I get a Chipotle burrito, I feel sad. Like it's just soggy and wet and just falling apart, and I don't like it.
You can't even get through a third of the Chipotle burrito before it's completely falling out of the wrapper.
Yeah. Chipotle makes me sad.
The bowls are good.
If we're talking favorite burrito, and I know it's not the best, but the one I have the fondest memories of. Do you guys remember the cheesy potato burrito from Taco Bell?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it was like $3, and you could and it was like a half a pound each. Those to me have the fondest memories.
You get like six of them and throw up afterwards. Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
So I didn't include Taco Bell in mine because to me it's not a burrito chain. Like don't get me wrong, they got some dope burritos. Like
dope.
I love a good Taco Bell burrito.
Cheesy bean and rice.
Yeah, no, I'm not hating. To me it didn't fit the criteria.
It was third on my list just because of the nostalgia of it. And I mean, I still eat there all the time.
Yeah, the grilled steak burrito was amazing.
If someone was passionate about Taco Bell or Del Taco, I wouldn't be
not.
No, and
Del Taco can burn.
Yeah, no, I agree. No, I don't know why I even mentioned it, but yeah, if so, just as another example, I would have allowed that I would have listened to the argument. But yeah, I don't think anyone's putting forward Taco Bell. We got 2 for Qdoba somehow. We got 1 for Willie's, and Drew, you said Chipotle?
No, he said
Moe's.
He said Moe's.
He's a Moe's. Yeah, I'm a Moe's guy.
Okay, so as long as Chipotle's not in, I'm okay. I feel better about Chipotle not being in.
Who invited Ben to this podcast?
I just can't vote
Rick.
for Willis.
Rick, honestly, I've never had Willie's either, so that's something Drew and I share.
To me, it's not so much like the in favor of Willie's because I'm with Travis. Like they're all the same, but it's the fact that Qdoba.
It sounds like you had a bad experience at Qdoba.
Yeah, several is what he said.
I didn't know what Qdoba was until I moved to Kansas. Ergo, I associate Qdoba with Kansas and I associate Hey Dudes with Indiana, both of which I will never have. So
oh wait, have you actually ever had Qdoba?
I've had it.
Oh,
because again, it's the same as you said, it's the same. So when I lived in Kansas, I was like, that's what was there. So I had it. But
got it.
I was gonna say this might be a deeper question because my nostalgia and love for Qdoba started when I was in college and I was younger and it was a great place and I really enjoyed it. So maybe it's like based on like when we started with this chain, you know, Drew talked about nostalgia.
Yeah, obviously.
So I maybe that goes into the appreciation. Maybe that can help you stomach it a little bit, Rick.
No, it can't. It can't.
I mean, if we're talking nostalgia, I would actually go Moe's.
Yeah, same. If we're saying, nostalgia factor for me is Moe's as well, but if we're talking quality of burrito and all of that.
You know what?
Anyways, guess Qdoba's winning.
It is already.
That a boy?
I mean, you guys basically said it. How does it not win at this point? I can't conscience Qdoba winning. That's not possible.
I mean, I'm willing to hear one more argument from both Rick and Drew about their rest of it because Qdoba was just a default. Like it was like it's slightly different.
I've had Willie's twice in my life, and honestly, if
I'm
defending
Willie's, so I just can't
to make
it
where
Qdoba that
Qdoba wins, like I have always preferred Moe's over Chipotle, just from a standard experience, but also to me the tiebreaker is I have to pay for chips at Chipotle.
Yeah.
I don't
Chipotle's
have Moe's.
out.
So like Moe's was always my first choice, and then I had Willie's, and it's one of those like to me technically like if we're talking burrito experience only, like I think the ingredients are better at Willie's, but again, I still agree with you, Travis. It's all the same. One fast food burrito.
I would be also willing to accept
the same as another
that there is no. I would be willing to accept if we all agree that they all should just not exist anymore and recombine into one burrito chain.
That's not what I said. Okay, all right.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yes,
like
I will get on board with that.
A conglomerate. It's the same.
If we're saying
different, we just call it burrito
chain restaurant. Yes, I'm okay with that.
Okay,
and I would agree.
That would be the
as
best
long as
one.
I don't have to pay for chips and it comes with the meal.
How about this, Rick? So I can't in good conscience vote for Willie's, but I don't want Qdoba to win.
I'll go Moe's. I'm not
this week. I will go to
Willie's.
And I will get a burrito. And next time we record a podcast,
do it.
I will tell you whether I think Moe's or Willie's is better, and then we can decide.
Do it.
On that. I would happily vote. I will happily vote for Willie's if I think it's better.
Rick, I'm in.
I'll vote for Moe's tonight, Drew. You don't even have to go. Like it doesn't.
I mean, we can let's set Moe's as the the temporary placeholder winner, and then we'll report back.
I'm curious to hear your experience, Drew.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm absolutely down. I was looking for a place to go on Sunday, anyways.
All right, so
Drew, report back.
We are we will.
Drew, I'm doing it. Drew, I'm going to do it too.
Okay, I'm setting a date. I'm setting a date right now.
Tentatively say
go together.
One monopoly chain of burritos.
Yes.
Until we hear back from the Willie's experiment.
Drew, I'm going with you. When do you want to go?
Let's talk about after the podcast. See what my schedule looks like. I think we'll
you guys
down for that.
The listeners don't need to know what my schedule at work is.
Once you guys schedule,
let's talk about it after the recording.
Once you guys schedule it, please don't cancel it.
Here it comes. Yeah.
Travis, we'll send you
dude,
pictures.
it was sitting in my head too.
Yeah.
We'll send you pictures and you can put it on Twitter.
Yep.
Guys, stop it. Cancel. Last year, because I think we did this about a year ago, we canceled 4-way stops. We said no more four-way stops. Not allowed. And the government
yield signs.
Listened. And there are now
incidents skyrocketed.
No, they did not. How dare you?
So we're going to do it again. We're going to make it a yearly thing where this group comes together and we pick one thing with our power to cancel permanently. Who wants to cancel something?
Up out there. So I came into tonight with one thing on my mind. I was going to say we need to cancel the college football playoff committee, not the playoffs, the committee. But through our first conversation, it's changed me, and I've realized
you want to cancel Qdoba.
It's not that I want to cancel Qdoba. I want to cancel paying extra for the ingredient I want. So why is guac extra? I want guacamole, having to pay extra for guacamole to be canceled, or any ingredient that is there. If I come to your restaurant, all ingredients are included. Don't make me pay extra for the sauce or whatever. That is what I want to cancel. All ingredients are created equally.
Are you allowed as a restaurant owner to then inflate your prices per menu item based on the potential for all ingredients? Okay.
Sure. I just don't want to. If I want this ingredient, don't make me pay extra for it.
Mine, probably my biggest first world problem. It happens to myself. It happens to probably everyone on this podcast. It happens to probably most other people in the first world. And that is the fact that we don't have standardized Tupperware containers and lids. I hate all of the, even if I get rid of every single piece of Tupperware, which is bad for the environment because they never go away. Even if I get rid of all of them and I buy the same pack again that I did like 6 months ago, for some reason, the lids don't fit each other. And I don't know why. And it pisses me off, and no one can organize Tupperware correctly. I always end up with someone else's Tupperware after like a party or something else when they came. Oh, no, you just keep it. I'm like, I don't fucking want your goddamn Tupperware. I don't want it. I end up throwing it away. It sits under my sink, and then I have to like, fish it out when I need a pan or something. Get them all, like, get rid of all of the Tupperware companies. Ziploc, you're on notice. Let's just standardize them across the board. You can have different vertical sizes, right? You can have them big, small, medium, and then just one lid that fits them all. So I'm canceling non-standardized Tupperware, and that's it.
Boom. That's a good one. That's gonna be hard to beat.
I know.
I actually thought you were going to say my runner-up, which was canceling non-universal charging cords, but I think I like my other one better.
Oh, non-universal.
Yeah, because there's too many types.
I'm
canceling New Year's resolutions. And here's
why.
I like it.
Wow, everyone's coming.
I am interested.
Swinging.
All right, so
swinging.
Not only because it requires you to basically tell yourself that you're a piece of shit because you haven't been able to do this thing on the reg. You're having to use the new year to create yourself a reason to get something done. But it's the conversations that everyone doesn't want to hear. You're going to work. Yeah. Hey, my New Year's resolution is to lose 10 pounds. My New Year's resolution is to make more money. I don't fucking care. Nobody cares about your New Year's resolution. And I'm sorry, but you're telling me that you can't do it on the regular. Yeah, no one cares. It's a terrible thing. It's bad for you, and it's bad for your conversations. So bye-bye, New Year's resolutions.
Can I still say I'm a piece of shit? Because I kind of like that self-deprecation. You know, it makes me, feels good.
Yeah, as long as you just say it without the
bricks.
Are you saying, Ben, are you saying you want to get rid of New Year's resolutions in general, or just conversations about New Year's resolutions?
Okay. Any and all aspects of New Year's resolutions. If you want to do something, just fucking do it.
I love it. I love it.
Yep. That's a good answer.
I withdraw my statement of saying who invited Ben. I love it.
All right, Drew. Come out swinging. Got to follow up.
So we've talked about it a few times, Travis. I know you're the same way, but I like to cook a lot, right?
Yep.
I want to cancel looking for a recipe and going to a website, and there's a novel of information before I actually get to the actual recipe and ingredients list. They're talking about 5 pages of my great grandparents brought this recipe over from the Mayflower. And I had an uncle who taught me this recipe back in the day, and my kids absolutely destroy this every time. And here's a few ways to change it if you don't like some of the ingredients. And then I have to click through. There's like 15 ads too, and it always has
ads
that.
Are the worst.
These are the ads that blah 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 may contain products that are at like generate revenue.
Cocktails too.
Finally get to the end. And there's the ingredient list, and that's all I wanted. I wanted the ingredient list because I'm the type of person, when I'm looking for a recipe, I'll go find 4 or 5 on like the same meal or the same dish, and then kind of combine them all to what I actually want. I don't need to read your life story when all I want is to know what level to preheat my oven to. Like, is it 350? Is it 450? Is it 375? That's all I want. That's all I need.
For how long? And for how long?
And for how
that's
long.
all.
You don't even really need that, because if you actually cook ever, you
kind of know.
This is a big, thick casserole. It's gonna take roughly an hour.
That was just
I'll check back in a half an hour.
That was just an example.
Right.
It's the principle of the thing is, luckily nowadays, I will say maybe 50-50, they have that little button at the top that says jump to recipe. And even then, sometimes it'll stop halfway through, show you an ad, and then you have to click continue to recipe. And I'm just like, give me the print version. That's all I need.
But how dare you for making me having to click the jump to recipe? Like, just put, as you said, Drew, there's only 2 things I want to know: temperature, and you can probably kind of guesstimate how long, but temperature and how long. That's all I want.
And maybe ingredients.
Because it means they know. That button explicitly means that they know that all you want is the recipe, and yet still they wrote a 5-page essay on the history of this recipe and why it's so important.
Coming out swinging for the fences.
All four of us.
Drew, I agree with you, but I want to at least defend those sites because just slightly, because a lot of the content that's on there is used for search engine optimization, and a lot of their metrics are based off of how long a person is on that page, how often they clicked, how many times they scrolled, how many times they went back up. Because of those numbers, they can get more advertisers, and because they can get more advertisers, they can get more revenue. And a lot of those people with these sites, this is their livelihood, and that's kind of all they have. They're not usually, some of them, are big corporations and they just suck. But like the little mom and pop, I've got my cool little cookbook that I put out and I want to see their recipe. They have to somehow differentiate themselves and get noticed. So they have to include some of that stuff.
Then just show me an ad for your cookbook at the beginning and then give me the recipe.
I think you're right, Travis. I mean, that makes sense. But the problem is that all your major corporations and major sites own the best SEOs. So all these little mom and pops are 3 pages down.
I agree.
4 pages
down. It's not good.
No, it's not. But Drew, I love this answer. It happens to me a lot with cocktails. Even when you click to recipe, all of a sudden you're to aroma, a paragraph about aroma, taste, a paragraph about taste, limes, a paragraph about limes, and you're not even to the recipe yet. So this is brilliant.
Travis, what was yours again?
Non-standard Tupperware.
That's right. Everybody just coming out.
Dude, these are good.
Okay, all right. If I had to rebut yours, Travis, for the most part, except for if I'm freezing something for portion size, I use glass Tupperware. I went and I bought 3 big, box sets of glass Tupperware that have multiple different sizes. They were all the same company, same brand. They last forever, not as terrible for the environment. I do still use the little plastic, one size portion ones for the stuff that I'm freezing for a later date for a full meal. But for the vast majority of what I use, if I'm just putting something away in the refrigerator, I use the really usable glass ones.
Yeah, and all of
rubber lids on top.
All of my plastic ones are reusable. You reuse them hundreds of times. Excuse me. It's just they usually like, and we talked about it on the podcast. I was a meal prepper. I don't do it anymore because I don't have time for that shit. I would need a minimum of 10 pieces of Tupperware because I was meal prepping lunches and dinners. And then Rebecca wanted me to start doing it. So I was doing 20. And then I just had to have some for the refrigerator for just general leftovers. And so I had 30 pieces of Tupperware. And so I bought 30. And somehow, as things would get lost or lids would get lost or things would break, you start to lose it, and then you need to replenish. And as soon as you need to replenish, they either don't make that exact size anymore, or you buy that exact size, and for some goddamn reason, it doesn't fit, or it's slightly different. And that's where I'm like, we could do so much more for the environment by standardizing it, and you never have to buy Tupperware again, like unless you break something or lose something. You don't have to throw it out, it's just there. And then everyone should have, you just give everyone, just get rid of the companies, just give everyone when they turn 18, here's your Tupperware set for the rest of your life.
So you're saying you're saying the exact same thing we said about burrito chains is we just need one monopoly.
Yeah, basically
monopoly company that just that's their only thing.
You know what?
Is
we just need to do it through the government. Like, let's make it a
There's so many things wrong with this.
No more.
just for the Tupperware.
I might lose some friends after this, but I think Drew or Ben need to win, only because I have moved a lot in my time. And every move, I know I am buying a new lawnmower and new Tupperware. And I've just resigned to that fact in my life. And so, as much as I agree, Travis is
shouldn't have to.
You're right. I don't disagree.
Listen,
but just,
why
Rick,
a new lawnmower?
Let's live in a world.
Who's taking the lawnmower with them?
Go Travis.
Let's live in a world where you don't have to move the Tupperware. It just stays in the house, and the next person gets it, and they leave their Tupperware at their house.
Absolutely no. I don't want to use Tupperware.
It's just wash it. Just throw it in the dishwasher. It's sanitary.
I don't have to buy 30 things of Tupperware currently, so it's not as triggering to my life.
I mean,
as much as
buy them, but just
Ben and Drew's are.
I will say, I have 4 pieces of Tupperware that are big, and they're all with the same lid, but I only have 2 lids for the 4 pieces. Mm-hmm. I have no idea where the other 2 lids went. I do host parties here and there, and I give out leftovers, so I'm sure that had something to do with it.
But wouldn't it be nice if you could just go to the store and buy? I just need the one size Tupperware. I need 2 of them, please.
At the end of the day,
and you call it a day.
At the end of the day, if I'm in a pinch, I just put saran wrap over the piece of Tupperware and I put it in the fridge.
Yeah, but it's not as sticky anymore.
I go aluminum foil personally, but
that's fair. That works. Yeah.
And you can make a hat afterward.
You're right.
Or a boat.
Or right. Or brooch or pterodactyl.
Okay, so
I'm with Ben on that one. That one annoys me the most. I like Drew's a lot as well because it's also irritating. I was doing that just tonight where I was scrolling up and down. Actually, you know what? I changed my mind because Ben's is very seasonal and I put up with it like I put up with Christmas music. Whereas
I'm good with Drew.
I'm going to go Drew's. I just want to see the important stuff and then put your life story about how you and your grandmother bonded over this chicken pot pie.
Like, seriously, if you want to put that shit at the end, go for it. Just give me the recipe up front. And then I can decide as a person whether I want to delve into your personal life.
I'm good with second. Drew
give me Drew's.
Yeah. All right. We are going to cancel. I call it recipe backstories.
Nice.
I like it.
Yeah.
I don't, unless you guys have another better way to say it. And
that's good for me.
A good one.
Recipe backstories and ads.
I like it.
You hear that, food bloggers? Get your fucking stories out of my fucking recipes. Anybody who listens to our podcast that is also a recipe food blogger, cut that shit out.
You're on notice. What kind of personality is a food recipe blog?
Bowser. They're Bowser.
They're a Waluigi, okay?
Today's episode is brought to you by Rocket Guitar Repair. Is your guitar beat up, dented, Or is there dirt from the 70s still under the controls? Well, you're in luck. At Rocket Guitar Repair, Ray works on everything from acoustic and electric guitars to bass guitars, banjos, mandolins. If it has strings, Ray can fix it. With over 50 years playing, repairing, and building guitars, Rocket Guitar Repair can get your guitar repaired rocket quick. Call Rocket Guitar Repair at 678-400-3062 or visit rocketguitarrepair.com.
Guys, we've all been to a party. We all tend to judge a book by its cover. We're all human. It happens. But once you get a little bit more information about a person, once you see who they choose to play Mario Kart with, that really reveals a lot about that person. You really know a person when you see who they choose. And I think we need to really define each personality type of a person who chooses a specific character. We're going to go through them one by one in selection order of the N64 character screen. So first up is going to be Mario. What if someone picks Mario as their racer? What does that say about them?
This, to me, I'm going to jump out there.
Do it for me, Daddy.
For Mario means that you were unlucky and you're playing 3-person and weren't fast enough to get Toad or Yoshi. Because as the first player with that character, you're automatically on Mario and you have a split-second chance to either jump over to Toad or jump down to Yoshi. And you weren't fast enough to do it, so you just auto-select Mario.
Dude, I love that take. I was not thinking that at all.
It's the only one that I have like that. It's the only one I have like that. But it's the most real for me because me as a person, I always play Toad if I can.
Sure.
And I will choose the first player. If we're playing 3, I'll choose the first controller so I can jump over real quick.
I like your take, Drew, but I went a little bit different route. I took it as you willingly chose Mario, but I don't just
you gave up. You gave
right.
up.
I don't disagree with your take on why you would choose Mario for that route. But for me, if you willingly choose Mario, you're the person you're just happy to be there. You're not necessarily the competitive. You're not trying to win. You're just happy to be included in the race. You're a well-rounded. You don't want to walk or rock the boat. You're a very neutral, easygoing person, extroverted, likes to be involved kind of person. So that is
sometimes.
Yes. So you may win, but for you, you're just there for the love of the game. Like you want to be included in the event. You're not necessarily there to win. You're not necessarily there to lose. As long as everyone has a good time, that is who chooses Mario.
I look at Mario a little different. I look at it, if I'm going to go in and I'm going to consciously choose Mario, I mean, I'm choosing the leader, the winner, the hero. Mario is the hero of pretty much everything that he's in. So to me, that speaks like I'm a leader. I'm very type A. I've got to be the best. I've got to be, Mario is the one and everybody else is a secondary character. That's kind of how I looked at it, is if I'm going to choose Mario consciously, not Drew's way, not if he's all that's left, but consciously choose Mario. I did it on purpose because I want the number one character.
So I'm going to take Ben's and make it kind of a negative and essentially say that if you choose Mario, if you consciously choose Mario, not like if you're just left with Mario, if you consciously want Mario, you pretty much believe the world revolves around you because you think you are the main character in everyone's story.
I love
like
it.
You are the embodiment. Like,
Yes.
I have to go save Princess Peach. I have to go this race. This is my story, and you guys are all just supporting characters. Get out of my fucking parents' basement. That's what I think of Mario Kart.
I wasn't ready for that, but I like it.
I love every take.
That's pretty good.
So far.
We're not voting on these, right? We're just giving our. Or
we can if we can. I think we should define them, but if we think that
Honestly, I think the discourse is funnier to me than even choosing a
Yeah.
just an actual winner.
So next is Luigi, and I think this is someone who blatantly is usually in someone else's shadow and wants to do everything they can to be number one, like to impress whoever they can, because they have some sort of a complex about them because they have an older brother who usually steals the spotlight. So they're like, I have to win with Luigi to make my win look better. Like, look, I won with Luigi. Haha. You must suck because I beat you with Luigi. And I think these people are also like, they just really like challenging situations, like maybe racing with a lesser character, and that applies to their entire life. Is there's just like they want to keep taking on more and more challenging things.
I like that take, Travis. For the majority of it, I agree with it. However, I think I'm going to take it a little bit of a step further. To me, Luigi is the person who I'll say feels obligated. I don't even like saying that, but is, kind of like an introverted heart shows up to the race, like, doesn't really necessarily want to play, but you've invited, and they're afraid that if they say no to the invitation, that it's going to cause conflict, and so they go with Luigi. They're also the one who's, when they show up to the event, they're the first one who is ready to leave. However, they can't leave first. Someone else needs to go first. But overall, Travis, I like your definition there. I'm just going to add those two little things to it.
So, Rick, it's interesting that, I mean, I like everyone's take, obviously, but Rick, I hear yours is kind of an opposite to Travis. And the reason I hear that is because I agree with you, Rick. The Luigi guy is introverted. He's nervous. He's he's neurotic. Like, he doesn't know. He doesn't know what to do, so he picks Luigi because he's like, I guess Luigi. Like, that's the way that I see the person who picks Luigi, which I kind of see as the opposite of what Travis said.
That's fair. Yeah, I don't know. I'm on board with that.
All right, so hot take on this one. Have you guys all seen Silicon Valley?
Yep.
Yeah. I have not.
The character who one of the other characters says, "This guy fucks."
Yep.
Played by Zach Woods and Donald Dunn.
Fucks. Writing it down. This guy fucks. I'll put a picture
Luigi
of Luigi.
is the name of our episode.
Yep, this guy fucks.
Luigi is this guy because outwardly, what everybody else sees is kind of a fuckboy. Like, he's the one that, like, everyone makes do everything, and like outwardly, he kind of seems like just a secondary character in his brother's shadow. What I agree with everyone else. Like, he's just kind of in the Mario Galaxy, he's just kind of a background character, but dude has his own games that specifically he's the main character of. So he's off doing side adventures, and there's background about him where he is actually the main character, and it's oftentimes cooler, or at least as cool as what Mario's doing in the main storyline.
I actually think, Drew, you and I are probably pretty aligned with that, in the, like, I taking on different challenges, like, I don't know, ghost hunting, because he's trying to prove a point.
But as a person, he still doesn't really see himself as the main, like, he doesn't really think all that highly of himself.
Right.
Which
is the introverted.
If you outwardly look at his secret life, he really is kind of a badass that nobody sees except that one guy that says, "This guy fucks."
Well, and I think that's a perfect example of a day-to-day people pleaser. Like, people pleasers are, it's a personal thing to make sure that everybody else is happy around you, but a lot of them are badasses, and a lot of people don't get the chance to see it. So I think Luigi is a people pleaser, but yeah, he has his own badass story.
All right, I like that.
Split decision.
Yeah, good takes. Let's go, Peach.
Bitch.
All right, Travis.
Yeah.
You've been starting.
Sure. I only started one, but I'll start another one.
Well, I can take.
I can start.
I've only started the last one.
So to me, let me take this one because you finished with it, Ben. So to me, Peach is the people pleaser. Most of your Luigi take, and I'm applying it to Peach. Like, they need to be validated. Like, they're the person that is, I got an invite to the party, but I don't know if it was a real invite. Like, do they invite me just because I overheard it, or do they actually want me there? To me, that is Peach. So you pick Peach to prove something, taking Drew's approach, like, your normal go-to characters are chosen. And so you pick Peach to be like, all right, I don't get the character I want, but I'm going to take this character and I'm still going to win to kind of prove I belong and I'm part of the group. So to me, that's who Peach is.
Yeah. I mean, I see we're not opposites, but we're not the same either. So Peach is the damsel in distress, right? So what I see is I see drama. I see somebody who's friendly and excited to come to the party, and then brings a whole lot of drama and basically decides, look at me, help me, everything about me. I'm going to be nice to you, but it's about me. That's kind of how I see Peach.
I see someone who picks Peach, and I don't know where I got this from. I just kind of pulled this out of my ass. I see Peach as the type of person that is a busybody. They're like, if you've ever heard the expression, like, if you want to just get something done, give it to someone who's busy. That's the person. You give it to the Peach user. This person is usually pretty logical. They're practical. They've got like a systematic, scheduled approach to life. And kind of like what Rick mentioned is, they're maybe consciously already picking Peach because they know that Toad and Yoshi are already going to be taken. So they go ahead and preemptively take the third controller so they can already just go ahead and grab. Because let's be honest, whoever's the type that would pick Peach is not the one hosting, and the one hosting is usually the one that gets the first controller.
Right. So I like that.
A Peach user is going to be a guest at an invite, and they're going to consciously be like, I don't want Luigi. And maybe Drew, I think to your point, or maybe Ben has a chance either to get Peach or get one click over if you're playing three person. So I think that person just systematically goes in with a plan and is a bit of a busybody.
Interesting. I have such a different take than all of you. I feel like all of us have a very different take on Peach. I didn't think she'd be this divisive. For me, Peach is the jack of all trades character. She is the one that if Toad and Yoshi have been chosen, another player who just doesn't give any fucks is like, I can do with this character as well as these other people who potentially have an advantage based on their choice. She's just the universal bad bitch that you have to work to get the wins, but it's not all that hard either, if that makes any sense.
So Drew, is that 2 out of the 3 don't give any fucks? How many characters don't?
No. One, he said one, this guy fucks. And then the other one,
right,
doesn't give any fucks.
Pay attention, Ben.
Mario.
I'm so sorry. I got
Mario
lost in the fucks.
The person who doesn't give any fucks for other reasons. Peach is the I don't give a fuck because I can win no matter what character you give me.
Gotcha.
Let's move on to Toad.
So I'm gonna have out there. Toad is confidence to me. Like, it's efficient confidence. Like, I'm there. Like, they can still have a good time. Like, they won't necessarily like they're not going to ruin friendships over a board game like, some of us subscribes to. However, they are there to win it. So they're like, hey, we can still be friends, but I'm here to win this game. I'm not going to make sure you enjoy your time because I'm here to win it and you can figure it out. But, there's still kind of like a get along to go along personality. However, they're going to get theirs. And whether you win or not, they don't care. Very efficient type of individual. Might be the life of a party kind of guy as well. That's where I'm at with Toad.
So, Rick, we're close. We're pretty close. I think the difference is you said confidence. I basically said drug-fueled confidence because I think most Toad users are on cocaine.
Okay.
And they are just pedal to the metal. They're going to step on whoever's in their way to get to their destination because they're not a journey person. They're clearly a destination person.
I agree.
They're an extreme extrovert and they are not easily swayed by others. They're basically an asshole. But you give them a slight. Yeah, they're our asshole.
Right.
We invited them to the party because they're our asshole. We needed a little bit something to spice up the party. And then he brings cocaine, and you're like, hey man, hey buddy, let's if you want to, that's great.
On the porch. But,
go outside and do it yourself. That'd be great. That's a Toad user. Let's be and
I love it.
Okay, so the asshole is not the Toad user. It's the DK. You know, that the DK guy is I'm an asshole.
Don't skip ahead.
I'm not.
We're not there.
This is about Toad. This is about Toad. Toad is not the asshole. Toad is the little guy in the corner that's smarter than everybody else in the room. He's the guy that's not making riffs. He's the guy that knows how to get Toad and knows how to win with Toad. He's the clever guy. He's the wise guy. And he is not the guy that's pounding his chest and saying, oh, I'm going to get Toad. No, that guy's not smart enough to get Toad. Toad is the guy in the corner who's overthinking this correctly. He's the smartest guy because everyone knows Toad's the best character.
You're so close.
That's That's some fighting words, first of all.
But you're a bit outside.
I don't hate the take.
I don't either, but you're just...
It's not the extrovert. Toad is not an extrovert.
Right. See, I hold on.
Toad's definitely not an extrovert. I think choose Toad if I can.
I think the Toad user is, first of all, on cocaine and thinks he's that type of person, but really he's an asshole. Like to everyone else, he's an asshole, but to himself, he thinks what Ben.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Toad is definitely a Disney kid.
Yes.
He's kind of the Loki of the characters, in my opinions. He's a mischief maker, can find ways to entertain himself, ultimately really wants to win no matter what, but is kind of a fuck up. And maybe potentially, if you're using him correctly, Toad is the best character, but with that much power, the more you fuck up, the worse it's going to be for you. So you have to be able to use Toad really well to do well with that character. So it's the one who, you get behind by like 3 laps and you just stand on the boxes spamming lightning bolts and blue shells and that type of thing. He's the if you get ahead and you're winning, you're all brag about it. But if you get behind, you're just going to fuck up everybody's day as much as you possibly can.
So an asshole. Right. Got
it. Okay. Potentially.
Yeah. Yep.
But an introverted asshole.
Yeah.
So Yoshi, I think, is the exact opposite of Toad. I think Yoshi is more of a journey guy. He's there. He's not about the he'll get to his destination, but he's about he's about let's go a little fast. Let's push the limit a little bit because I want to learn and I want to grow as a person. But he's not like pedal to the metal. I'm just gonna get there as fast as I can. And let's be honest, he's usually a little bit more pensive. He likes to stop. He likes to smell the flowers, but like with purpose and reason behind it, not just because he's a little dirty hippie. He's got purpose. He's got drive, but he likes to stop and like appreciate where he's been and where he's going.
So Ben, this is where I'm going to take your previous Toad take, and I think this is where it applies. So Yoshi is the more calculating person. So Travis, I like the majority of what you're saying, but in terms of the journey, but he's maybe more calculating.
He can be calculated about the journey.
Right. He doesn't necessarily live in the moment, and he thinks he's too busy trying to think about a step or two ahead and doesn't necessarily appreciate what is happening in the now. So, still has the same sort of I'm here to win, could also have the life of the party personality. Similar to Toad, to me, they're the same coin. They're the heads and tails of the same coin.
I agree with that.
Whereas Toad's is here to win and still gonna have a good time, but I'm here to win. Whereas Yoshi is a little more calculating with it, well-rounded, still trying to be enjoyable. Maybe wants you to think you're having a good time, but will still at the same time knife you in the back to get his dub.
I feel like I somewhat agree with both of you. For me, Yoshi is the epitome of natural ability versus like a lot of practice and hard work. So think of like your SoCal surfer dude kind of broing out, and like you said, Travis, enjoying the journey, but also like competitive surfer takes a lot of like athleticism and ability to like do things that other people can't. And I also think there's a little bit of a touch of he's the conspiracy theorist of the group, like deeply involves himself in that sort of circle of like getting fucking high off screen and being like, bro, have you ever thought about like fucking aliens, man? Like fucking cryptozoology. I'm a fucking dinosaur who shits out eggs and does this shit to other people. What else is out there, man?
It's weird because
libertarian of the group.
I agree. I agree with you, Drew, because it's ironic.
Fucking Bigfoot, all right.
I thought Toad was the cocaine guy, even though he's a mushroom, and I thought Yoshi was the mushroom guy.
I love it. I'm not even mad. I'm not.
That's my there's a serious and a not serious part to all of my takes on these.
So, okay, I think a lot of people can agree that when you jump into the game, Toad and Yoshi are kind of two characters that you're really going to try to get to most of the time.
Yep.
For those that play the game a lot. While I see Toad as the single, wise guy, shy, I'm on my own island, I kind of look at Yoshi as I'm the smart guy, but I also want to have fun with it. And I want to partner with Toad, or maybe I want to partner with somebody else. Like, I'm going to pick Yoshi because I can have fun and I'm likable, and Yoshi's just a fun character. But at the end of the day, I don't ever see Yoshi as the main guy. Like, he's the extra. He's the tool. He's the I want to be your friend. I want to be your partner. I'm not hiding to win. If I was hiding to win, I'd be fighting for Toad or somebody else. Yoshi to me is like, I'm just having fun with it.
Ben, I'm interested, since you kind of alluded to it earlier, your take on Donkey Kong.
Yeah, I haven't started one out, so I'm good with this. Donkey Kong, dude, that honestly is the fucking easiest one out of all of them. Angry, emotional, aggressive, hostile. I mean, take your pick, man. The guy who wants Donkey Kong is like, I need the biggest and baddest person. I need to be destructive. Donkey Kong's the best. Yes, I'm lowering my voice for this take. Yeah. Donkey Kong is the guy that has to be brutish. And
I want to piggyback on his.
I want to add in the fact that I have always been on the island. I know this is a bit controversial. Donkey Kong is a good guy. Don't hate me on that. For those who think he's a bad guy, he's a good guy, but he still comes off as emotional and brutish and destructive. But that's who the guy is.
Donkey Kong for me is the person who drives a 3-axled truck.
Dude, same thing.
A lifted coal roller, fucking meathead. Not, again, what you said, Ben, not necessarily a bad person.
Dual exhaust.
But that just brute, doesn't give a fuck what anybody else thinks, just wants to, do his own thing. And just like he's there to actually just drive the car, not to race.
Yes.
No, so I don't remember who it was and which character. I don't know if it was Drew and Peach. Whoever said, they're there to show that they can win with whoever. That's who picks DK. So they're the ones I agree with. Like, okay, they don't give a fuck, sure, but the person who's like, I can win with whoever character, because they're not, as we will allude to later, a diesel. They are there.
Agreed.
Because they don't pick Bowser, they pick DK. And I agree, Ben, they're the good guy, but they're just there to say, I can win with whoever. I accept your challenge. An overall good person, but I'm here to fuck shit up in a good way. That's who picks DK.
I feel that about somebody coming up here in a second.
I will. Oh my God.
I have a very different take than all of you for DK. DK to me is the hippie who on most occasions hasn't showered in a while. He's usually pretty docile, just hanging out, really doesn't know what he's doing, so he picks the monkey. He's like, it's a monkey. I know what a monkey is. That seems kind of cool. But they're also have very thin skin, and this is kind of where the anger comes in. If you like start making fun of them, or if you start, talking about non-hippie related things, they're going to chime in with their hippie related. They're going to input themselves in the conversation, even though you don't want them to necessarily. And if you tell them that they're wrong, they're going to be mad and they're just going to storm out and leave. That's a DK user.
I feel like there's a crooked, weird bridge to what we were saying to what you were just saying, because I think you took a different angle. Questions. But yes, I think we're all kind of agreeing that, except that he's the guy that gets really upset over nothing.
Yeah.
You think that's the DK user? I can't wait to hear your Bowser.
Except for Rick.
DK to me is most likely to throw their controller.
No.
Absolutely.
No.
Because they believe so hard that DK is the best character and they should win with him.
And no one believes Bowser is.
That's not true.
And so
DK user is just there. They're just there. They're like, oh, that's a monkey.
I like the hippie take. I like it.
That was good.
Let's go. Is it Wario next?
Wario
next.
All right, I'm jumping out first.
Go, Ben. Go.
Because Rick,
I feel like
you thought I was going to go Bowser, but I was going to say Wario is that character that is the character that needs to prove that I can win with anybody. Because Wario... Bowser is something. Yes, he's slow, he's big, but he is something in so many different franchises or so many different games or whatever it is. Wario's kind of like a middling enemy. He's slow, he's fat, he's obese, he's greedy. So honestly, I had a hard time putting together a profile for Wario because who the fuck picks Wario as a character?
Are you ready for a profile?
If there are 8 people racing, Wario's picked 8th.
Wario is the Danny of Mario Kart. Wario is the person who is going to pretend, if you're playing Mafia, acts as the sheriff and is there at the doctor so they don't die. They're there to insert mischief and mayhem into the game. They don't necessarily care that they're going to win. They're there to they're the person who messes up telephone on purpose. That is Wario. They're there to win it, but at the end of the day, they get more joy from causing havoc in the race, sitting at the jump in Wario Stadium to where you don't make it and they knock you off. Like, they don't care about finishing it. They just want to sit there and mess people up. That is Wario.
Rick, I think you're close. I think you have the wrong person, though.
Okay.
Because while I do agree Danny likes the mischief part, I think he only likes the mischief part if he's not able to win. He likes to win. He likes to compete.
Sure.
But he's not going in.
As soon as you know you're not going to win,
he's mission right. Yeah. I think if you were to take the quintessential person of, I don't really know what I'm doing and I just want to fuck everyone else up, it's Blake. It's 100% Blake. It's Blake.
I use Blake for another character, but I don't hate your take.
It's I'm going to be Wario and I'm going to do whatever it takes to protect myself emotionally.
That's fair.
And in order to do that, I'm going to ruin everyone else's day.
That's fair.
I love you, Blake.
To me, that's Bowser. Spoiler alert, but
fair.
That's fair.
Blake, you're going to be the next guest next week.
I have a little bit of a similar take on this because I do kind of agree that he's my second kind of mischief maker. But Wario, for me, if you actively choose Wario, you're a serial killer. You've killed before.
So
and
Blake,
you're gonna kill again.
Yeah.
And everything about you, your persona, you come off as this like quirky kind of foil, whereas like, Waluigi's kind of weird and like whatever, he's a little bit more effective. Wario is just gonna act like actually just slit your throat to get what he wants. And that to me is like, if you're behind in a race, like you said, with like on Wario Stadium, if you're waiting for the jump, he's the one who is not only going to wait for you and try and get you off the jump, then do the jump and try and come back from it.
That's fair.
That's fair. All right, man. I'm going first on this next one.
Yeah,
though.
Go. Bowser.
Bowser is the one who's the emotional one. He picks Bowser as a default to where, because they're the story one-upper. They're the one who wears the affliction shirts. They're like, I'm here. I know I'm going to lose, or I'm afraid I might lose. So I'm going to pick Bowser. So that's my excuse for losing. It's not my skill. It's my character.
Yep.
So I picked Bowser as the deflection. So to me, Bowser is the Blake of the stories. If we're assigning friends to characters,
I'm good with.
Our listeners have no idea who those people are.
I feel like we crossed the line, and I'm okay with
let's
it.
be real. Blake is not going to listen to it, so he won't know.
I'm going to send it to him tomorrow.
But to add to that, I think you're right.
Bowser's the Diesel. If you ever watch Bullet Train on Netflix,
okay.
I don't know what.
Bowser is the attention grabber without meaning to grab the attention, but meaning to grab the attention. So no. What I'm saying is doing it on purpose, but trying to make it look like he's not doing it on purpose. Like,
okay, if you put it,
does that make sense?
He's been Travis, your roommate or whoever.
Yes, yeah, bro.
That's who picks Bowser.
Not this Ben.
Not you, Ben.
Right. Yeah,
the other Ben, the one that like sticks his hand out and like grabs ping pong balls. Like, oh, I was a goalie. It's my instinct. Like, get bent. That guy.
Fair enough. I don't agree. I do think he would pick Bowser, strangely, but he doesn't fit my archetype.
Narcissist.
I actually think Bowser users are very passionate people. They're very loyal people, but they're infamously dramatic. And I think that kind of fits what both of you guys are saying. Like, I think that they are very theatrical, big displays of everything. And they like to bask in the spotlight and celebrate themselves. They don't like to necessarily celebrate others. They like to celebrate themselves. Sure. But at the same time, they're cocky. They're all this, but they can kind of back it up, and it's slightly annoying to everyone else. Like,
I like it.
Usually you think like, oh, this guy picked Bowser. He's dumb. And then he wins a couple races. I say but they win a couple races. And I'm like, what the fuck? How is he this good? I didn't realize. I got to step up my game. I got to actually try a little bit here. So I think the Bowser users cocky, arrogant.
It makes you lean forward in the chair.
They're like, okay,
your tongue out a little bit.
Oh shit!
Yep, that's the Bowser user.
I kind of agree with a little bit of all of you. So for me, the Bowser user is the person who constantly tells stories about how good they were in high school at certain things. like so football or whatever it
women,
was, whatever, sport or just fucking. I've used fuck on every character I think now, but they're so braggadocious about their past exploits, but haven't done anything really concrete in years. And so they pick the biggest, meanest brute of a character that reminds them of that time, so that they can go back through in their mind and relive that nostalgia.
I like that take. So going back through some of these, I tried to write notes. I'm not going to go through all these notes because that's insane.
I didn't even try.
What I found though, as I was writing it, because that's really what I was doing, is just trying to find common threads. We're all relatively close. And I know that's kind of the thing with horoscopes, is anyone can kind of fit the bill for any single thing. But we did a pretty good job of coming up with general stereotypes for someone who would pick up that character that are different from other characters. And while, we disagreed on some, I think we did a pretty good job. And I think we're all relatively in the same, I'm thinking spray chart in baseball, like left field, right field. I
think that's fair.
I feel like there's nothing I couldn't see. Like there's no path somebody chose where I'm like,
nobody's way off.
I 100% cannot agree with that.
Right.
There may have been some divergence, but for the most part, everything that's everybody said, I'm like, I could totally see that being that person.
No, you need to leave the bar. Oh wait, you're just doing last call. Okay, sorry, my bad. Hey guys, it's time for last call. All right, we are doing a classic Would You Rather last call. Order is going to be Rick, Ben, and then Drew. We only got 7 questions this time because we're running a little late. So here we go. Rick, would you rather date someone who brags a lot or pretty much ignores you and is on their phone the whole time?
Give me brags a lot.
Ben.
Ignores.
Drew.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ignores.
Okay. Rick, would you rather have a personal chef or personal driver?
Personal chef.
Chef. Ben, over to you.
Yeah, I like to cook. Drive me around.
Drew.
Probably driver.
Driver.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
Get on my head, Drew.
There's not a bad answer there. Rick, would you rather be able to mind control someone or have the ability to put words into someone's mouth? So basically, use them as like a puppet type of thing, and they just say whatever you want them to say.
Ooh, give me the puppet.
Wait, I'm confused. Oh, those are not the same thing?
No, mind control is like, oh, go do this, and then they go
slightly
do
different.
it. Puppet thing is kind of like Bruce Almighty.
Like, so do something or say something.
Yeah.
Right.
No, give me do something.
Okay. Drew.
I like to put words in the mouth because I think that'd be funnier overall.
Yeah, it's basically, would you rather have something funny or would you rather get something done? Next question. Rick, would you rather live in a new city every month or stay in the same location forever?
New city every month.
Ben.
Same forever.
Drew.
Can I same all the time? I can't travel at all.
You live in the same location. You could travel. You can go visit places, but you can't be like there longer than like a week kind of thing. You know, you can go on vacation to places. You just can't. If you needed to move, you can't move. Like if there's a natural disaster, you got to stay there. Or if it gets really boring, you got to stay there. You can't move for a job.
Ultimately, yeah, probably new city every month.
Okay. Would you rather lose 90% of your possessions or 10% of your close friends? So basically, like one of your close friends. Because let's be honest, we have like,
that'd be one of the four of us.
Friends.
Yeah,
one of the 4 of us.
Give me 10%.
I feel like a dick.
It's already happened, so.
I don't know, Drew, come back to me. 10% friends. Shit. Okay.
and possessions, not money.
Okay, possessions then. Yeah,
Okay.
possessions. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta go possessions.
Okay. That's a lot for Drew because you don't have a lot of possessions.
The ones I do have, I'm very attached to.
No,
so it was really
That's
hard
what I meant.
decision for me.
That's a big one. I meant because he's a minimalist. He doesn't have a lot of stuff because he doesn't want a lot of stuff. So getting rid of 90% of his stuff.
But do I need that second citrus juicer? I can get rid of that. I can
define lose.
I can find.
Don't have it anymore. And give it up.
Like,
It's gone.
am I losing 10% of my friends to death or because they're moving to Alaska?
You never talk to them or see them again, regardless of the
still
circumstance.
alive?
I don't know. You don't know. You don't talk to them or see them again. You're not invited
This
to their
sounds like a
funeral or
topic.
wedding.
Sounds like a topic, so let's move on.
No, yeah, but I think we should revisit this one honestly.
Okay,
But
fair enough.
It's
Let's
happened
keep
to us
going.
twice. So
That's fair. Real quick, we got two more. Would you rather, Rick, have your food over seasoned or under seasoned? And you can't
over.
re-season.
over.
True.
over. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
Good man.
I know.
Good man.
It's the right answer. It's the right answer.
Rick, would you rather have one wish that came true today, or would you rather have 3 wishes, but you had to wait 5 years for them to come true? And you can't wish for more wishes, kind of thing.
Need the one wish today.
One, good.
Fuck that. 3 wishes in 5 years. I'm good with that.
Okay. You might not be alive. Just heads up.
Yeah, I'm relatively healthy.
That's fair.
Are we talking
do
genie
you
rules?
think?
Can't wish for more wishes?
Yeah, I said that.
Oh,
Genie
fuck.
rule. Genie rules.
Yeah, I think three wishes.
Okay. 5 years is not enough time. I like that. Okay. I'm not gonna go back through these because everyone just heard them and there's only 7. But I think that was good. There's some good nuggets in there. I liked them. That's good.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Potential topics in there.
For sure.
Never mind.
Go ahead.
Nope.
Go. No, go for it. Go for it.
Nope. We'll save it.
Save it. Guys!
Just gonna say, if that seasoning is salt, that's the one. If it's over salted, that is hard. Everything else I'm okay with.
Everything else I'm okay out of it.
Over pepper that, like, if it's hot as fuck,
yeah,
anything. But if you over salt something, it's actually inedible.
Yeah,
it's true.
I just want to say Yoshi is a Sagittarius. That's all I want to say.
I don't know what that means, but I believe you.
I don't either. I like that you did it for the one character and not for any of the rest.
He did it for all of them. He just only mentioned it, and I think Rick knows why, and that's why Ben's laughing. So I have no.
I feel like for that we should have led with who our character of choice was.
I mean, I said mine was Toad, but if we're being honest with like the Zodiac, it's probably Peach because I'm pretty sure she's a Libra.
Well, yeah, my personality is probably more Luigi of what I mentioned. I think I don't know, but I usually try to go Yoshi if I can.
When's your birthday, Travis?
March. I'm in Aries.
I don't know what that means. I'm just. I'm July. I'm a Cancer. I don't know what that means either.
You're a crab. That's what
I'm
it means.
a crab.
Yeah, I know. I'm the god of war. That's it.
Yeah. I associate him more with the actual like pantheon gods than actual,
of course,
things.
Yeah, I'm like loyal and brave and shit, but
like a toaster.
I don't know what that means. Yeah. Oh, brave
like
little
the brave
toaster.
Little
yeah.
Toaster?
Oh, the brave loyal toaster. Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
That's kind of Luigi-ish.
Speaking of toasters, we have a Twitter.
What?
Nothing.
That was.
They both start with a T and end in R.
Maybe the worst ever, Travis. Just because the non sequitur nature of it, and it just made so little sense.
They're like a bit of a slant rhyme, but not really.
No,
not even. There's a T and an R, and that's about it. We have a Twitter, got a Facebook, got a YouTube. We were recently a guest star on a YouTube channel, College Sportscast. So come check us out there and hear all of our funny bantering with that group. I think we have an Instagram still. I haven't updated in a while. I've got to do that. Hopefully next week we'll do a little bit more. I like that reaction, Rick. And just remember that this is our podcast and you're just along for the ride. We're leaving. Don't kick me out.
Bye.
Boom.
Bye.